Alright, welcome back. This is Alliance War number 8 versus the Kabam bugs. And you'll see in this video that Kabam royally screwed everything up, and that's why war got cancelled. This was the 8th war of the season. And this is where war just stopped. You've seen me take this fight before, I'm not going to go over it. I'm going to go over what the heck's going on with Kabam. So, what happened is, every single defender in Alliance War was a high ground defender. Champs like Immortal Hulk, Kingpin. Annoying defenders that were intentionally not high ground are now even more of a problem. Right there, I just take 2 heavy to the face like an idiot and I gotta heal again. This was a pretty bad war. I did not play my best, but that's not important. Yeah. So the whole Kabam thing, that's annoying considering that every defender actually was high ground. That made it much harder to go up against these champions in an efficient manner, and that definitely is a problem. And same with I-Bomb, Tigra, champs that are very, very annoying to fight. They didn't have as high ground, they're all high ground, so that's a problem. It made it much harder to do some of these fights. Not for me specifically, but for other people, it definitely affected them, because my team doesn't really affect high ground. Like Warlock and Hercules don't affect high ground. This I-Bomb was running suicides on Heavy Hitter and Power Alternator. So this fight was pretty easy, actually. This was a very quick fight because he was on suicides. That definitely made this fight much easier to beat, if you ask me. It definitely made this fight much easier to go up against. And yeah, we're just gonna get to my special 2 and end the fight, because now you don't have physical resistance with those poisons up. Alright, he's dead now. I think I only used Warlock for one other fight, I think. I don't remember exactly. But now we're into section 2, where we fight Nova. Oh boy, I did not play great against this Nova fight, to say the least. This was not a clean Nova fight, especially with a rank 3 Herc. Hercules is probably the best Nova counter that isn't a Mystic champion, because his True Sense doesn't increase any of his Nova charges, and it doesn't reduce any damage, because True Strike, guaranteed crits, and Unblockable give this guy a ton of Nova charges, and more Fury, so he'll auto-block you more. So I triggered auto-block at the start. Things are going well. Now you're going to see where things start to get shaky. Right there, that was a dumb idea. I shouldn't have tried the heavy counter like that. That wasn't smart. Nova is naturally a high ground defender, so that's meant to be. And if you guys saw the thumbnail, you know where things went wrong. Just mistake-filled, man. Just not a clean fight. I do win this fight, but now I need to actually get this guy to intercept and then play into my special tune so I can get out of this fight. Yeah. Yeah, that was not the best fight at all. That was actually quite the opposite. But it's okay. We got out of there alive. Rhino on Ebb and Flow Intercept. Hercules is the only champion, excluding Kingpin on his SP2, if you play it right. And I believe... Who else am I thinking of? The only other champ who can intercept Rhino on this node is Strife with telepathic charges, because he punishes unstoppable. But yeah, Hercules. This fight is slow. Just to give you an idea, Rhino is not meant to be a high ground defender, which is annoying. So, because I do take a lot of block damage in this fight, I think. Basically, I'm going to build to my special 3 while my feats of strength are up. What Hercules' feats of strength do is not only give him more attack and armor penetration, but they increase his buff duration by 50%. When Hercules throws an SP3, he gains an indestructible buff lasting 3 seconds. If you have increased duration on that, which you're about to see here, my indestructible buff is going to be much longer. And so I will take no damage. So now it's going to be more like a 6 to 7 second indestructible because of my feats of strength that were active. This SP3 does a pretty decent amount of damage. And now I'm going to go for an intercept. He hits me, but I'm indestructible, so I take no damage. So now the ebb and flow intercept protection is off, and now I can fight Rhino normally, and he's basically defenseless. So I'm just going to throw my special one because I knew that was going to kill him. So that is why Hercules is one of the only champs in the game that can actually intercept Rhino when you need him to. So that's actually pretty cool. And we're at close to full health. This Scarlet Witch on Crumbling Armor, Mighty Charge, and Ebb and Flow Intercept isn't that big of a deal. She can cause... I don't know how she is as a defender. I don't think she's that good of a defender, because I fought her with many different champs and I haven't really had many issues. Like, she's already almost dead as I'm rambling along. She's about to pop her special too. But yeah. Not a clean dex, but I don't care. I'm gonna go for an intercept and then pop my SP2 and that's the fight. Yeah. I had no idea that war was going to get cancelled until the end of this war when I used some of my items. But they were in my overflow, so I'm fine with it. Next up is Peni Parker on Stunning Reflection. I won't have my power at all in this fight, but I don't need it, because Hercules is a beast and hits extremely hard. I'm going to throw on an invulnerability boost. And I'm trying to find common war boosts. I'm just going to throw on an attack boot, an orange attack boost, green boost, and a red boost. That's what I like calling those boosts, just because I don't like saying lesser, greater, normal champion boost and stuff like that. It's annoying. But this Peni Parker fight, I'm sure you've seen me break down Peni before, especially in AQ. Basically, when that Sing Shield is up, you want to strike her into her block before she gets to special 1. This fight was annoying because she's not a high ground defender, so this fight did give me a little bit of an issue. Now, if I do parry by accident, Hercules is stun immune, so I will be okay. You see that she gained 4 Spider Sense charges. That's not a factor, because Peni doesn't have her Sing Shield up, so she can't auto-block me regardless of how many of those charges she builds up. So now I can stand up Intercept her and kill her. Just like that. Very efficient Peni takedown. This Havoc actually would have been a problem if I had brought in anyone other than Warlock, because he's not meant to be high ground. If my Warlock was duped, this fight would have been much, much harder. But thankfully, he's not. Warlock degens you whenever he power drains you, or stops them from healing due to his infection. Havoc has projectiles, so he can power drain you on those. If he were duped, I would degen him and that timer would expire much, much faster. That would have been a problem. Fortunately, it wasn't, so... And this is my last fight of the war, so I'm not that concerned. I'm playing pretty reckless, but now I'm starting to get it back. Now I'm starting to play much safer, other than the fact that I whiffed that light intercept, of course. Warlock can power drain Havoc. He can do a lot to Havoc to make him not so great of a defender. So this fight actually went very smoothly. Yeah. Limber is the only thing that actually was concerning to me in this fight, because limiting my stunts is a bit annoying. I'm going to intercept with my specialty and that's the fight. And that was the war. That was the last war of the season. So, that was pretty efficient, kind of. But hey, don't forget to like and subscribe and flex the notification bell so you don't miss out on anything new. And I'll be catching you real soon.